the Weekends, the Drakes, you got that tier of artists.
Right.
And then you got like, the artists that's up under them a little bit, like I wouldn't even say their names, but then you got the artists, then you got the artists that's up under them. And I'm like that.
So
like
you know
that
your place, and you
for sure.
Yeah, and you
for
in
sure.
that.
I understand.
You top dog in that place too.
I'm like one of the top dogs in that place, and I say like I'm like one thing about me, I'm a realist. Like I'm forever gonna be a realist. I ain't no right now. I'm not no A-list celebrity, but I am soon to be.
Big Boy's Neighborhood, beautiful day in the neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen. Toosii. Welcome to the neighborhood, bro.
What's up?
You ready for all this work again, huh?
Come on, let's get it, man.
Hey, man, have you had a chance to get a little relaxed?
Nah.
Yeah, that's beautiful, right?
Not lately. Yeah, beautiful, real beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Nah, but it's a good. I like it though. I like it. Yeah, I mean, we working. I don't lie. It's probably the hardest we done worked.
Isn't that good? You know what's crazy, man, is that you work hard to work harder.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. That's really what it is.
Yeah,
that's
man.
really what it is. That's crazy.
Because it's crazy because you want to get on.
Yeah.
And then when you on, you're like,
work.
man, I got to keep going.
You got to work harder to keep it.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah.
How did this start for you, bro? Hey, and I always ask everyone, like growing up, were you always around music? Did you know this is what you wanted to do?
Yeah, man. I grew up watching a lot of because I'm from Syracuse, New York.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So I grew up watching a lot of like street battles, like the rap battles, and watching growing up just watching BET a lot and all of those other things, like, bro. So I was always into music, but my dad and my brother used to rap as well.
Gotcha.
So like that was like kind of like my motivation to actually do it.
And then so you go from Syracuse to Raleigh?
Yeah, yep, to Raleigh.
And how old are you when you moved to Raleigh, North Carolina?
I was 12 years old when I moved
so
to Raleigh.
you get the best of
both worlds.
Yeah, man.
Best of both worlds. Like I won't lie, I kind of like to call myself like an Arnold Palmer.
You're right.
Feel me? I'm a little bit of like tea and lemonade. I got a little bit of down south, but like I'm still up north. I got like southern hospitality, but I'm still from up
Gotcha.
north.
You still got family in Syracuse?
Yeah. All my family in
What
Syracuse.
made y'all move down to North Carolina?
Man, really, my mom just moved me for a better life.
Gotcha.
Like if you know Syracuse, like if you ever been to Syracuse, New York, you know like Syracuse, New York, rough.
Right.
So it's not the best place to raise your kids at. But yeah, my mom moved me for a better life, and it all worked out.
At 12, 13, do you understand why you're moving?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you understood?
I understood it because I got quick whiff of my life. Like,
Gotcha.
Growing up, I used to see how my life was. Like we was going through too much. Like we had too much street stuff going on. My sister in and out of jail, brother in and out of jail.
Oh.
Like everybody, everybody that was in my family in and out of jail. Like it was just rough.
So moms knew.
Yeah,
and you had the wherewithal at an early age to kind of understand. Because, sometimes you feel like, oh, you moved me away from my friends and this, and family.
I wasn't really worried about that because I ain't really attached to nobody.
Right.
Like, I ain't, man, listen, I got goals.
The main one that you attached to is the one that's leaving, right? That's mom's.
Where we going?
Yeah.
Yeah, where we going? Wherever you going, I'm with you.
And had you say you watched battles and you did things like that, were you thinking about making music back then, or were you just kind of spectating?
It was more so sports, and then it was music and sports.
What kind of sports?
I played football, baseball, basketball. I played all of those sports. I was nice at basketball when everybody was the same height.
Right.
You feel?
Hey man, and then you get grown out.
Everybody start hitting puberty.
Man.
Yo, bro, I'm like, nah, like I'm waiting on mine. Like, you feel me? I'm like, feel me? As soon as I get right, like I'm out of here. We all going.
Story of my life, bro. Story of my life.
Bro, that's like, bro, that's really what made me like switch it, bro. If I was a little bit taller, I probably wouldn't even be making music.
That's it. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
Nah,
hey man, but
real.
that's crazy because my son plays basketball, right?
Yeah.
And he used to play for this. He used to play for this AAU team.
Yeah.
And everybody on the team was nice.
Yeah.
And then like my son is like 6'3" now.
And it's like where everybody else at.
But that whole team, all of them were still like, but they was nice when they were. But yeah, I understand.
Nice when everybody was the same height.
Yeah.
Bro, when everybody was the same height.
At one point, right?
I lied to you not. I was averaging 36 points a game.
Damn.
36 points a game. I was raw in basketball.
And how tall are you now, Toosii, if you don't mind my asking?
I'm like 5'7", 5'8", bro. Like, you feel me, bro?
And there's some that still got hoop dreams, but you realize you was like, nah, I'm straight.
I'm like, nah, but I just seen the Memphis Grizzlies. They got like they just signed a dude that's 5'8".
Right.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that you know that one.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the only player I know. I could tell you him over anybody else because like I'm like, oh, I still got hope.
Yeah.
You know,
but it's crazy because we don't think about how many people we can name that's 6'5" or 6'10".
I don't know
but you see that one, you're like, oh, that one.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
that's
one
me.
made
Yeah,
it.
that's
So
my
you already
motivation.
knew, like, man, puberty hit.
Yeah.
Everybody started skying over me. But you knew that this music was like, I can grow with this.
I'm like, bro, because I won't lie, like, I thought it ain't hit me. Like, I thought it missed me.
Right.
I'm like, hold on, maybe puberty ain't.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm 5'7". I'm like, all right, cool. This the little
How long had you been 5'7"? Since what age you think?
Yo, I've been 5'7" since I was like, I'm 24 now. I've been 5'7" since I was probably like 16, 17.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, they telling me, they like, nah, you got till you like 25. So I'm like, okay, man, I still got a little faith though.
One more summer.
Yeah, man.
I got one more year. I still got a little faith.
Hey, man, he gonna be on his last lap tour. Like, man, am I getting taller?
Listen, I'm telling you, I'm gonna put the little markers on the door. But I'm telling you,
hey, man, but at least what you got into, you know what I'm saying, is paying off.
Nah, for sure.
Man.
That's what I'm happy about.
So the hoop dreams, the football, everything, you know, you probably can still out there and can do what you got to do.
Yeah, I was nice at football too, bro. Like,
really though?
Yeah, football height ain't really that much of a concern.
Running back or what position?
Nah, I played slot. I played slot. I was a receiver. So, yeah, I was a receiver. So I was raw. I was raw at that, bro. But then I just didn't used to like doing the weightlifting, you know. And it's like, you feel me? So
all the conditioning.
It's too much,
hey, man. During the summer, you like 2 a day.
Yeah,
like,
2 a day.
You gotta bulk up. You gotta eat this. You gotta eat that.
I was the player that I just come out and I was raw. I was him.
Natural talent.
Natural talent. I come out and I got it. You know, like coach like. You don't even gotta you don't gotta do weight training. Just, you feel me? Like, I was the player that coach ain't let nobody hit.
Right. Okay,
like,
gotcha.
Yeah, nah.
Because they gotta save you for the game.
I don't care what y'all do. Don't hit
in
him.
practice. Like, we need him for the game.
Yeah, facts. And then like I was like, nah, I can't do this.
But so had you always had music with you though?
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
man.
My coach was, man. When I quit football, my coach was pissed.
Oh, so he saw it.
Oh yeah, my coach was pissed.
Did you put all that into it, knowing that like then I'm walking away from something? You know how you step out on faith even though you can't see the whole staircase.
For
like
sure.
you knew it.
For sure, yeah. I feel like that faith kind of like in you, you know. Like, I seen all of this happening before it happened. Like, it's like this not even as big as it's gonna get. It's gonna get even bigger. I see it all. I see it all. So I seen it all before it happened. It's just this what we doing right now is just minuscule.
Hey man, so when you go and you spectating, then you get in.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's a difference between getting in and getting on.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So you can get in, but had you started always writing?
Yeah.
Was it raps or were you writing poetry?
Yeah,
or did you know what you were doing?
I started off writing poetry. That's the crazy part. I started off writing poetry, and English was like one of my better subjects.
Yes, sir.
So the way that I started actually like really getting into the music, I used to be in school, and I was in an English class, and every time that we would they would cut the audio books on and have us like going through our notes, and I was in the middle of the audio books writing poetry. And it was a girl that was in English AP that I was trying to get to.
Go ahead now.
You know? So
are you here with your girl or something?
No.
Okay, because you looked over your shoulder before you said
No.
You did a quick glance. Yeah. I was like, man.
Nah, so I was in English class, and my teacher, my teacher who taught my English class also taught the English AP. So she came over one day, and she used to always catch me writing poetry. So she knew I was good at English, but she had a like incentive. So she basically told me, like, if you get a certain grade in this class, I'll move you up to English AP. Cause she knew I liked the girl. She used to always
right. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, like that was like my
motivation.
That was my motivation. So now I start going crazy in English AP, and I guess like it kind of helped me with the music as well, because as I was just growing smarter. So I think, bro, music always been my thing. I just started with poetry.
Really? So you go from poetry, man, to actually saying these are these are raps right here?
Yeah, man. I went from poetry into turning them into rap.
How do it's crazy because the music business is so crowded.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you pay? Yeah. And you gotta understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I get it. I get it even more for you, because like with me, it's like, wow.
Yeah, because you gotta figure at one point, man, they said even just the Lils, they said on Spotify they had 8 1,000 lils
There's so
that have
many
music
lils out there.
So how do you make yourself seen?
I think
when there's so many people out there that want to be seen.
I think to a certain tier of artists, I'm a staple. Like I'm a staple when it comes to a certain tier of artists.
Gotcha.
Like you got the Weeknds, the Drakes, you got that tier of artists.
Right.
And then you got like, the artists that's up under them a little bit, like I wouldn't even say their names, but then you got the artists, then you got the artists that's up under them. And I'm like that. I'm
so
like that tier.
your place, and you.
For sure.
Yeah, and you
for
in
sure.
that.
I understand.
You top dog in that place too.
I'm like one of the top dogs in that place, and I say like I'm like one thing about me. I'm a realist. Like I'm forever gonna be a realist. I ain't no right now. I'm not no A-list celebrity, but I am soon to be, and I know what it takes.
You know what you're working towards.
I know what I'm working towards.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the tier, in the level that I'm at, I'm definitely like one of the heavy hitters in that.
How did you get on?
Staying consistent with the I do a lot of stuff that other people don't do. Like I literally go and touch the people.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I do whatever it takes. Like I've been like radio and all of this stuff. I've been doing this.
Right.
Like,
right.
I'll go anywhere. Like whatever we got to do. I used to do 24-hour radio runs where I go from city to city doing radio interviews. I'm one of the people that feel like radio still do matter.
Yes, sir.
Like I'm one of those guys. I still pop up on college campuses. I talk to all the people that I gotta meet.
How do you know that though?
Oh, bro, just being in the business.
Yeah, man.
And being in the business and meeting people and being like, hey, you who you such and such and you do what? Oh, you over this department?
Right.
Okay, well, let me get your information.
Yeah, you got a longevity mind.
Yeah, for sure.
You got a longevity and a longevity run, bro.
Yeah, let me get your information because I know you who over this. So we need to build that relationship so you know what type of person I am. Like anybody that done met Toosii will tell you like this a genuine soul. Like he here for a long time. Like,
and you already know it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's crazy, man, because people could say, "Oh, it's written."
No,
you know what I'm saying? And it's written. I just tell them, I just say, you know what? Well, you reading it now too.
Nah, most definitely.
Yeah. So some people are just reading it because it's already written.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You just reading this section now.
I say that all the time. The book already written.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah. So when you go from and not even just radio.
Yeah.
Like when you go from I'm an artist right now, where does that start for you at? Does that start at the house? Is it home equipment? Is you know what I'm saying? Because there's such a when people say, "Oh, I just heard of them," or Toosii is overnight, and you're like, "No, it's a long night."
No. I won't lie. Man, listen, I for sure ain't come from overnight, man.
Yeah, man.
I done had a few records that done did what they had to do in order to get to a record like Favorite Song, like it was step by step. It wasn't just favorite song came out of nowhere.
Your favorite song, did that not surprise you?
No.
Because do you think you already had like a lot of favorite songs already?
Yeah.
That you was like, man, it's gonna go.
Yeah,
and they
for
go,
sure.
but they probably didn't go the way like, damn.
Right. Yeah, nah, I did. I had a lot of songs that I felt like was better than Favorite Song. But the difference was I actually felt Favorite Song before it happened.
Really?
Like I seen it.
That's that thing you talking about.
Yeah, no, I literally seen it. Like I remember my first time hearing it all the way through for the first time. Like the first time I ever heard Favorite Song for the first time all the way through, I was like, this the record. Like
right.
I pressed play and I sat back and I like it's almost like I was like almost like,
bro,
I guess you could say like delusional. Like I put myself in the place of me already being on stage singing in front of thousands of people.
You saw the vision of it.
Bro, I don't know how it happened.
Hey, you know what's crazy about that, man, is I can't listen to that song once.
Man, listen, I'm trying to tell you.
I gotta listen over.
I'm trying to tell you.
Over and over. And it's crazy when you say favorite song, because how many people done came up to you that say, man, that is my favorite song?
So many people, bro. So many people. It's like it was unintentionally named that song. It wasn't supposed to be people's favorite song. I guess God just made it that way,
Yeah, man.
I say that, bro. Like, but I literally seen it before it happened.
And when you say that, when you heard it, you knew.
Yeah, for
Do
sure.
you trip off for sometimes when you hear that or something like, damn, that's mine?
Yeah, for sure. I won't lie. Yeah, not no more, man. I ain't even gonna say not no more because I never have. It's more so like Cause I already see what's coming. You know, like I see me being on them stages, performing on the same stages that Coldplay and all of them was performing on, like in front of hundreds and thousands of people. Like, bro, this is so much, bro. In a few years, big boy, you're gonna see me on huge stages. And you're gonna be like, I can remember he used to come through here and we was just talking about favorite song.
Do you remember though, like what the audience used to look like even before the big festivals?
For sure. I remember what audiences looked like when I first started doing shows. And I only had like maybe 20 people in the crowd. Now we performing in front of 16 to 20,000 people.
Yeah, man.
You know, like that is.
What's the biggest festival number you've seen?
Probably I did Coachella. I think Coachella was like maybe like 30, I don't know, 30,000 or something like that.
Do you get a moment, Toosii, where you look out and you're like, damn?
Nah, cause I look out there and I be like, I gotta go out there. Yeah. And I end up in the crowd. I end up in the middle of the crowd.
I noticed.
For sure, I go crazy.
Hey, man, and you one of them where the cameraman be like, could you get your ass back on the stage?
He got to follow me. I get lost. Sometimes you'll see the camera on the screen.
Just picking up any black dude with dreads.
Yeah, right. He trying to find me. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah.
No, but that's that movement that you can't contain either.
For sure.
Like when you feel it and you call it, it ain't about like what it looking like for the camera person. And then what I love about you too, man, is that you let the audience touch you.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And no matter how big of a artist or a song, you still make contact.
You
with
got
people,
to.
And people remember that.
You got to. I think because the big thing is, bro, like one of my biggest moments in my career, like, or not even in my career, but from the start, I guess you could say, was me meeting J. Cole.
Gotcha.
I remember when I first met J. Cole and I gave J. Cole my CD. And the fact that he even let me meet him and give him my CD, like, that's one moment that I will never forget. I still remember what I had on and everything. Like, I remember what he had on.
Explain that day to me.
Bro, so I was, Cole is from North Carolina.
Yeah.
So, Raleigh is like the staple of North Carolina outside of Charlotte. But Raleigh is the capital. So, Raleigh is a place that a lot of people come. He used to play basketball at the Boys and Girls Club on the South Side. So I knew that he had a game there one day, and I pulled up to his game, and I watched him play. After watching him play, I had a CD with a letter written in it. And I pulled up to the game. After he played, I gave him my CD. And I was like, yo, my name is Toosii. Nice to meet you, bro. I want to give you my CD, and I hope you like it. He was like, nice to meet you. We took a picture. And he wasn't taking pictures with nobody else. For some reason, he stopped, and he took that picture, though. He stopped, he took the picture, and he hopped in his van, and he popped the CD in.
Wow.
You know? And he just pulled off. And I was like, this one moment that I'll never forget ever in my life.
Hey, man, did he ever, or do you
I've
know about the story?
I've never seen Cole ever since then.
How old are you?
Never seen him ever since
But you know what, though, man? Y'all gonna be on the same stage.
For sure.
That's crazy, though. And how old were you around that time?
I was 16. I was 16.
My God.
So you're a 16-year-old kid
16.
walking up.
Yeah.
And even not even a decade ago,
sure,
J. Cole was already hot like fish grease. Bro.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I had like how he had to let Nas down. Bro,
yeah.
I had wrote a song called Let Cole Down and like Cole my idol, bro. Like, I don't lie, like,
hey, man,
people don't know, like, bro, when it comes to rapping, like, cause they only get the love songs. I really rap, like, I really spit, and I could spit with the best of them. I just,
have you ever heard Cole's story about when he went to Jay-Z?
No.
Let me tell you, that's what's so crazy about this, man, because Cole told me a story, and I got it. I wish I would have known this story.
Facts.
Cole said that when he went to Jay-Z, he said he had made all these beats and put them on the CD and everything, man. And him and his boy was outside waiting on Jay-Z for hours outside of a spot. He said it was so cold, they were out there drinking. Yeah. And he said when Jay-Z came up, he did the same thing. Like, hey, Jay, I'm cold, man, such and such. He said, Jay-Z said, man, I don't want that shit.
Damn.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
so this is like, a Cole that already had that moment.
He been through it. He experienced it. He know what it feel like.
Yeah.
He know what it feel like. And I'm glad it didn't turn him cold though.
Right.
I'm glad
and
it didn't turn him cold.
And then now you look and it's like, oh, okay, you know what?
Crazy.
And even Cole put it on himself like, yeah, maybe it did look crazy. I'm out there. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck, bro, I want to meet Cole though, bro. Yeah. I never seen him ever since that day, bro.
Hey man, and when you get in his presence too, bro, he's magical.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? He's magical. And that's why when we start seeing like the whole Kendrick and Cole and Drake, when he got out of that,
I
understood why.
Me too.
I understood, man. He was like, man, this is interrupting my peace. It wasn't about could he hang lyrically.
It's none of that.
It wasn't about is he up for this fight.
It's none of that.
He's protecting the space, bro.
Bro, it didn't feel right.
And you see how it came about?
It got bad.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and he didn't get in it.
And he ain't get in it.
Yep.
Like at the end of the day, bro, people was calling my phone about it. They was like, yo, how you feel about Cole? You see Cole? I'm like, bro, y'all don't understand the piece of this.
Bro.
Like we need our peace in this, bro.
He said it took away 10 years of peace, bro. And there ain't it's for the sport, it's the battle. I was like, for one, lyrically, I know he could have got down.
For sure.
Even when he came back at Kendrick, when he did his Dreamville, he was like, man, he said it didn't even feel right.
It didn't even right.
And then like we said, Toosii, it got ridiculous.
Nah, yeah, it did. It got ridiculous.
Let them have it, man.
And it's still bad.
Yeah.
You know,
so
man. Like, I don't know, man. I respect
I can't wait
Cole
for you and Cole, bro, to slap hands.
It's needed. It's needed. It's so needed, bro. Him and Post Malone, bro.
Right.
Yeah, because Post Malone from Syracuse.
And Post a good one too. Oh, so yeah, you covering all the bases.
I'm trying to cover them all, bro.
Yeah, man.
I like me and Post Malone is needed for upstate New York. And me and Cole is definitely needed for the Carolinas, bro, because I don't feel like a lot of people really truly know that I'm a part of the Carolinas.
Right.
You know, and I rep them. I rep them to the fullest. I just rep both, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people never really know where to place me. Everybody think I live in like Atlanta.
You can't pick one.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's just like when somebody got interracial, you know,
Nah,
the parents.
Facts,
like,
you feel me?
Yeah, you claim it both.
And then it's hard for me to pick both too because I'm 24.
Mm-hmm.
So 12 years of my life I lived in North Carolina. 12 years of my life I lived in New York. It's hard for me to pick. Like, I can't pick between those.
Talk to me about the new album, man. The new album is Jaded.
Yes.
Why the title?
Man, I feel like at first, so the project was supposed to come out last year.
Mm-hmm. What was this so-called hold up, pushback, or
favorite song had me so busy last year that I felt like I was tired, and it showed in my music. And that's where like Jaded, the title Jaded had came from initially. So then I fast forwarded to this year, and I was like, I'm gonna just take a break. I'm gonna take 7 months off, get my mind together, spend some time with my family, just do some wholesome stuff. Like I'm tired of being out. I've been outside. I've been doing all of this stuff, traveling the world. I done been in Europe, all these places. I've been everywhere. I'm like, so as I sat and I was reflecting, I'm like, it's not just me that's jaded. It's the world. The world is actually like in a jaded state. The world is tired and unenthusiastic about a lot of the stuff that's going on. That's why you see so much negative things happening, because the world is unenthusiastic. It's nothing or nobody out there that's giving them something to be joyful about.
Gotcha.
You know,
especially now, bro. Social media, the election, you just whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Social media, the election, conflict, the music that's coming out, nothing's sticking no more. It's not like the records that we used to get back in the days where we was singing for years upon years.
Yeah,
we still singing records from years ago. It's hard to still hear somebody singing records that came out last year.
Right. Like, and then everybody's a little bit more fickle and we move on faster.
Yeah,
too.
we forgetting about songs that came out last year or the year before, you know? So like, I was like, I'm gonna give the world something. I'm gonna try to give the world something that's more everlasting. Bigger records. It's not like your initial Toosii records, like the favorite songs and all of these. These is real, like, I don't want to call them mainstream records, but it's universal records. It's something for the world, not just for, you know, the U.S.
It's crazy that you could say that and you say, you know what, I'm going to sit down 7 months, because usually what happens, and not usually, but what could happen is when a record, a situation or something blow up, people can rest on that. Like, they'll just show up.
For sure.
Or now they'll just buy it. Like, you said the music was even feeling different. But some people wouldn't even trip off of that. They would just say, man, I'm hot. People gonna get it anyway, and then they find out either the hard way or the harder way.
Nah, I'm trying to tell you, you gotta know, bro. Like, it's a process, you know. Like, it's a process, and you gotta ask yourself what you doing it for. You know, like my big thing with the music was I didn't want to be one of those people who stay stagnant. You know, like, I feel like it's a lot of artists out there who are cool with feeding their core audience,
right?
And I knew, like, when I dropped this project, like, my core audience wasn't gonna be fully receptive to this. Me and my team sat and talked about it. Like, I asked my A&R Chris Turner, I ask him about everything. Like I call him and pick up the phone. We have real conversations, and I'm like, yo, how you think the people gonna feel about this project? He like, it might take him a while to pick up on it, but that don't take away from the project. It don't mean it's not a great project. It's a great project. It's just gonna take the world longer to pick up on it because it is a great project.
Did you make what you wanted to make?
For sure.
Yeah. And that's the difference, man, because sometimes, you know, and even in a dope game, one too many, 1,000 is not enough. You're always chasing that first hit.
For sure.
You know, and if you would have chased hits, then it wouldn't have been as authentic to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And I think the thing for me was I really just wanted to make the records that was bigger for the world. I aspired to be one of the greats, and the only way to be one of the greats is to think like one of the greats. And I just got tired of giving. I felt like my fans was worth more than the minuscule music that I was giving them. It was good. It was good. It was good to them. It was good to them because that's what they expected from me. But it's so much better.
But you didn't have the wherewithal or the intention. Yeah. You wasn't giving them music that you was like, oh, okay, I'm just giving this to you. Because you was giving them. Did you feel like you was giving us your best?
I was giving people fast food.
Really?
I was giving people fast food.
And you knew it?
Or
you look at it now and like,
I look at it now and say it was fast food. Because if I would have knew it, I would have did better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when you know better, you do better.
When you know better, you do better. And the thing was, like, I wish I knew I was giving people, because my fans is worth gourmet meals.
Right.
I was giving them fast food. I was giving them, I'm gonna continue to, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna record this song, and then after I record this song, I'm gonna do a trailer to it, or I'm gonna do a TikTok, and I'm gonna put it up there, and then I'm gonna post another snippet and another snippet. I was just putting a bunch of snippets out there.
Gotcha.
And whatever went, I will put it out.
And when you say like your fan base, or just like, it probably may sound different to them, but that's the same way if we go back to the the gourmet meal. You could be sitting up eating fast food and somebody give you some gourmet, and you're like, oh wait,
you know
for sure. Until you like, this does. Oh yeah,
this is better. It's like it's almost like tricking the taste buds.
Right. So we tricking the earbuds.
Tricking the earbuds. That's all we doing, man. Like I done gave if you like my son, for instance, right? My son thinks that stuff like he thinks certain fruits and things like that are candy. He think they sugar. Which they are, but they're natural sugar.
Right.
Because we don't give them candy. Like we'll give them a piece of candy here and there, but it's really not good for them. So we kind of trick them into thinking that. So what happens is like my whole life, I've been scared to eat certain things because I used to eat a bunch of bull crap. I had to teach myself like this is the better way. Like for longer living and better health, this is what's better for you.
Right.
So I'm kind of trying to get. Now I got to teach my fans, and I already knew that it was gonna be a little tug of butt.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna come out.
And especially, man, there's sometimes when we as fans want to keep people in the box, and we've seen that a lot, man. Because even when people say I miss the old Kanye, I'm like, what is the old Kanye?
Yo, somebody else just said the same thing. Yeah, they was like, yo, y'all missed the old Kanye, but y'all don't realize Kanye started. Like, he made the genre what it truly is.
And Kanye is Kanye.
Kanye is Kanye.
Like, so Ye is Ye. That's just like somebody, if somebody say, oh, well, I miss the old Big Boy, old Kurt.
Man.
When, I'm totally different than when I was in the ninth grade. When, you know what I'm saying? So take all that. But that's crazy because sometimes the music consumer, we're so fickle. And we want to keep people in the box. And we want to and back to it, man. I don't know I can listen to old Kanye, and I can say, oh, he flipped on that. He flipped.
For sure.
But then there's also so many projects that I'm like, this dude is going off on this.
For sure.
But it's all him.
It's him.
And you got to allow that growth too.
And that's all it is. It's like you just got to accept him or her for who they are.
Yeah, man.
The growth is going to happen.
And at some point too, Toosii, you understand you got to stop. And I think with Jaded is we're speaking right now.
Right.
You got to stop listening. To some of the outside forces as well. Because one thing that you can never do in life, you're not going to please everybody.
For sure.
And if you listen to it, man, you'll forever be in your own way. You know what I'm saying? And there's times when you got to just let it fly.
I definitely got to get better at that. That's something that I'm learning now. I got to get better at controlling my emotions and just learning how to be a superstar, like
it's different too, though, man.
Different.
Because even with this device,
for sure,
it's like when at one point it used to be you know, you had Rolling Stone, Source Magazine. They gave you like stars, or it was a person was a music critic
for sure.
Now everybody's a critic.
Everybody's a critic
and can get right to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we're nastier now.
Nastier.
Yeah, man.
It's bad out here, man.
Yeah.
Like, so I think now, like, I'm kind of like, I'm working towards getting in the space of not letting certain things.
Yeah, you got to protect your peace, bro.
I got to.
And I'm talking to someone. I'm talking about protecting your peace, and I got mad at somebody on social media yesterday.
I'm trying to tell you.
Fuck this.
Yeah, man. That was me, man. Nah, yeah. I just had my little spill on the internet.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you gotta have, and I always say, man, that we got these things that's enough.
Yeah.
And with enough, like if you break down your enoughs, and I'm pretty sure you got more than I can say. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be, you know, Syracuse enough, Raleigh enough, hip hop enough, pop enough, business enough, street enough, dad enough, artist enough, touring. You know, it's all these enoughs. Yeah. And people think a lot of those enoughs just come with the gig.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's something you got.
Everybody in life got enoughs.
Man, listen, that's something you got to teach yourself into. It's crazy. Like, you know, you got to teach yourself how to be all of these people at once.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and it's crazy because you could be going through something, but you still gotta be
you,
who we think you are.
Exactly. Yeah. You still gotta be who the people perceive you as.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
it's hard, bro.
Yeah, and I remember, dude, literally, Toosii, my mom was in the hospital dying.
Man,
this is my last time seeing my mom alive.
Yeah.
And I knew that she was gonna pass.
Yeah.
And when I'm walking out the hospital, I'm walking down and I hear somebody behind me go, "Big boy!"
Man.
And I gotta turn around. And I gotta be Big Boy.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And he was having his daughter, his first baby, but he didn't ask, "Hey, what you doing here?" Because I don't want, and I'm glad he didn't, because I would have been, you know, give him his moment. And that's what a lot of people show up to your shows, and a lot of people that's going to come out to the tours. You are a getaway.
Yeah, for sure.
An escape for a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and sometimes we don't have a place to escape, but it's beautiful. Yeah. Even we were talking before we got on air, bro. I know you love touring.
Yeah.
I know you love seeing the world.
For sure.
I know you enjoy your gift.
Yeah.
I know you enjoy people, so it ain't all bad.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then with a new album, it's like you about to do it all over again.
For sure.
Yeah. You ready for this run?
Man, listen, I'm excited, bro.
Yeah.
I'm excited. This one personal, you know. This one just to start to, you know, what's coming next, you know.
Right.
You know, so I think I'm super excited for this one.
Why you say this one's personal?
I think because I've been in the house so long. You know, I've been put up so long. This is the longest I've ever been put up. Like I never since last year. You know, since I first really started. Like, yeah, this is the longest I've been put up. I haven't took a break like this.
Probably since the career started, period.
Yeah, exactly.
Or probably since that 16-year-old kid.
Nah, exactly. Yeah, man. So like since then, like this is the longest break I ever took. I only did one show this year, you know, and it wasn't because
you weren't being booked.
Yeah, I wasn't being booked.
It was by choice.
Yeah, it was by choice because we wasn't accepting the shows. Like I just needed I needed my peace, you know. Damn. And I feel like and that was hard.
Hell yeah.
Because now you got to think like, now the only money that's coming in is from these streams.
Right.
I ain't doing no show. A lot of the money that we get as artists come from these shows. Like,
yeah, hell yeah.
So I got people on payroll. Like, I don't know about you know, some other artists, but I got people on my payroll. I got security on payroll. I got an assistant on payroll. I got stylists that need to be paid for when I need to do certain things. Like, cause I'm still going out in the real world and they putting me in certain places, but my stylist got to be paid. Like I'm paying these people out of my pocket. So I probably spent $1.6 million in a I spent like almost $2 million in those 7 months that I wasn't doing nothing. I spent like $2 million.
Damn.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna do that, bro.
Jesus.
I mean, you better than me because I would have been damn near at a Trump rally performing for. After a while, I would have been me and Lil Pump.
I'm dressing myself.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'd be like, does this match?
Nah,
but no, it's crazy because there's a lot of people for you to get up.
Yeah.
People depend on you to get up, and that's not braggadocious.
Yeah.
But there's some people that depend on you to get up and go do what you do because they do that with you.
Right, and then you got people asking. Like, don't forget about the askers.
Oh yeah, bro. That don't stop.
And I'm having to explain.
People don't be like, I know you're not doing any shows, so I don't need nothing.
Like that, yeah. Like they'll never say that.
Yeah, nah.
Like they ain't never gonna say that. So
no.
I'm having to explain to people like, yo, I ain't doing no shows. Like, where y'all think my money? All this money that I'm giving to y'all and doing X, Y, and Z, this coming out my pocket. Like this coming out of the money that I made from me stacking.
Right.
So you know, like, yeah, I was kicking out a lot of money, and I'm like, you know, all right, once I felt like I was really like I had my piece and I'm ready to get back out in the world, I was like, all right, bet, like, you know.
Were you making Jaded through that entire
for
process?
Sure. Yeah.
So it gave you clarity.
Yeah, that's all it was. It was just a process for me to go through and make these great songs, you know. That's all it was.
Now talk to me about the features that's on there and how did those come about?
Man, I
Speak
think
on Kehlani.
Yeah,
first.
with the Kehlani feature, Kehlani always been a feature that I really wanted to tackle. But I felt like the world was in the world is also in a toxic place.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, it got to be a record up here that I give like some sort of toxicity, and who better to put on a record than Kehlani?
Right.
You know, Kehlani is like the toxic queen, I would say, but in a good way.
Yeah, and,
you know?
and she know how to throw shit back at you.
And she know how to throw shit back at you. So like the shit that she was she came back with, I'm like, bro. So I hit her up and she responded, and she was like, we got on the phone. It's crazy because me and Kehlani was talking and we was just chopping it up about our kids, and we was talking about how like, cause I think her daughter a little older than mine. And we was just talking about how they grow so fast and like certain things they start doing. And I'm telling her, I'm like, nah, my son be tripping. My son.
And how old is your son?
My son 2, man.
He
be tripping. He like, if I had my son in here right now, he probably would be up under this table. Like he'd be up under this table,
unplugging something.
We'd
be like this. But yeah, you'd be like, could you get your son?
Right. Couldn't even hear. We'd be up here talking the whole time, the mic off. Camera off or something like that.
Too.
But yeah, he exploring. But like, that's my boy though. Like, you know, so we talking about our kids, and then, you know, the next thing I know, she just she sent the record right back. And I was like, damn, like she went crazy. But it was just genuine. I feel like, and that's actually like the fan favorite off the project.
Right.
You know?
Okay, whatever.
Okay, whatever is the one.
Hey man, and it's crazy because did she, from when you listen to it, and you send it to her and you say she send it back right away.
Yeah.
Did it feel like she already had something, or you was like, no, she did
that from scratch.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, she did that from scratch. She ain't take that verse from another song and put it on this one. Nah, she did that from scratch. Like, so one thing, like, with her, I respect her on a whole different level.
Is it difficult for you to get features? And I don't mean difficult.
It is.
You know, and I don't mean somebody that say no, but is it difficult for you to ask?
Yeah, because I got pride.
Yeah, see,
I ain't gonna lie, I got pride.
Yeah,
and I feel like, cause I hate like. I asked probably like, I ask people for features, but if you don't respond to me, like, you feel me?
You already know.
Right, exactly. Because if I'm the type person, like, I know if you don't respond to me, you seen my message.
Right.
Because if I was one of these other dudes, if I was Kendrick or Drake, you would respond to my DM. You gonna see that DM.
Right.
You gonna make sure you see it. But you don't see this one? No, you seen my DM.
So you already know.
So I already know.
You don't do that tapping back in, back in, Miss Lady.
Nah, man, and I don't even like telling people that I ask for features, because I remember one time, like, I had told the world about a feature I had asked for, and they basically like rubbed it in my face when he ain't do the feature back. Well, he ain't do the feature, and I was like,
the public or the person?
The public.
Oh, okay,
I won't lie. And then it was so crazy. I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy. It was crazy because the public rubbed it in my face, but then the artist had did something, and the public tried to make it seem like the artist did it because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
we love conflict,
man. And
even
I'm
if
like,
it's there, we're gonna create it.
I'm like, I don't even want to take his character for that, because this is somebody that I genuinely like. I love his music. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, bro, my thing is, I'm never gonna try to do a song with somebody if I feel like it's not gonna be worth it.
Right.
Like, I'm never gonna do that. I'm always gonna try to give the people what I feel like the people want. And that's my goal. Like, my goal is to give the fans what the fans ask for. So if I ever reached out to a person, 9 times out of 10 it was because the fans asked for it.
Right.
So,
do you feel like, okay, well, you know what? Do you know how to turn it on yourself? Like, well, maybe I wasn't ready for that, but I'll keep working and I'll get in that.
I try to do that with everything. Like, now my thing is to ask questions. Like, well, why didn't they? Was they in a different space at this time? Were they not in the mood? Like, I try not to like make it so much about me, you know. So, you know,
and then also, man, like, you still working on you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And as you work on you,
for sure,
you'll see. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe years ago, like, maybe Kehlani wouldn't have, or another feature wouldn't have happened.
No,
you know what
I'm no, Kehlani, yeah, years ago, Kehlani, because I've been wanting the Kehlani feature.
Right.
I wanted the Kehlani feature years ago.
God's timing, bro.
Feel me? So, like, the fact that she reached out now, I'm like, okay, it's steps. It's just steps. That's all it is. It's steps.
Yeah, and it seems like you don't mind doing the work.
No.
And it seems like you're patient.
For sure.
Yeah, man, because we say we're in a microwave world, bro.
Most definitely.
And it seems like you're very patient and you know exactly what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my time, man. But when my time comes, them lights gonna shine bright.
Yeah. It's just crazy because a lot of the business, the music stuff is goofy right now.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? And there's people that don't respect it.
Yep.
You know, and somebody will tell you like, oh, this ain't even what I do. I just got in and I got a bag. And it's like, whatever it is, it's cool. But there's if you're looking for longevity, you can't cheat the game, bro.
You can't. You gotta do all of the steps. All of the steps. I tell people all the time, you gotta do all the steps.
And so when do you know that an album like Jaded is done? You know how you work on something? Is it hard for you to let go and say, oh, this is it? Or do you feel like that? One more.
It was the one more. Because it was more songs than this initially. Right. It was like 19 songs at first. But then I was like, I got a new CEO at the label. It's a lot of people got fired, because I'm in a UMG system.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people that got fired.
That world shook.
Shook up.
It's crazy how that world
can shake. The fans don't
know
nothing about this.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the fans don't know, so that was 4 months of my break. I had to wait 4 months for the new CEO to come in, the CEO for Interscope and Capital to collide, do their thing. Like, I had to meet the new people on my team.
Yeah. It's wild.
I've been through 3 CEOs because I'm at Capitol Records.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, so I've been through Jeff, I've been through Jeff Vaughn, Michelle, Jubileer, and then I had now I got Tom March.
You know what's crazy about that too, man? It's like you do so much when it comes to like an artist, and if you really get into your music, there's so much blood, sweat, and tears and time, and then you take what you've done and you hand it off to somebody. And you hope that they have that same passion as you.
And that was the hard part for
me.
So that's why
you like, who do I hand it?
Who am I giving this to?
Yeah.
Who am I giving this to? Like, I don't know who I'm giving this to. I don't know who's over what no more. Like, the people that I used to know, they not even there no more.
Yeah, man.
They kept my core team though. But I think if it wasn't for Favorite Song last year, my team would have been gone. Like, if it wasn't for Favorite Song being as big as it was, I think the people that work on what I work on would have got fired.
Hey, man, you knew and you know what Favorite Song is. You knew this is the door opener. This is the you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta use whatever you had. Like, there's some people that would do this radio gig for free because I need the connection. You know what I'm saying? I need the island. So you knew exactly, like,
I already knew.
All right, I know what I'm gonna do with this.
I already knew. So when like I feel like that was 4 months of the process. Like 4 months of the process was them with the whole label thing, and then outside of that, it was just like, yo, like, I don't know, bro. It was hard giving them. So like, once they fired all of those people, like, I had to take some songs off the project because I'm like, yo, I can't give y'all 19 songs, 19 great records,
right?
And y'all haven't shown me what y'all could do with one record. Y'all got to show me what y'all could do with one record before I give y'all 19 of these things.
Yeah, that's scary.
So I gave them, and the fans was mad at me, but they not understanding this. It's like, this is because this not even my album. This is a mixtape.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask you too. Yeah. Like, what's the difference for you?
The difference is, like, either way, they're gonna make money off of it.
Right.
Like, the label gonna make money off it. So it really ain't no difference to me. The only difference is how much they gonna spend on it.
Right, got you.
Because I'm gonna spend my own money regardless.
And that's why I keep saying the new project. Because when somebody say like a mixtape or an album, right?
And I catch myself saying album.
But you know what? Because it feels like one. Because sometimes people get in their head, they'll say mixtape. Yeah. And people think that you're just grabbing something and saying, this was extra and this didn't make it.
Was, bro, this was executive produced by 1500 or nothing. Like, this was like, we put real work in on this, So like, this wasn't no like overnight. This was a 2-year project, but it's just not the album. It's just I wanted to warm the people up. The only reason it's not the album is because I wanted to warm the people up for the sound that was coming next.
But album intentions.
Album intentions. I had album intentions, but it was just a mixtape.
Really though. And I know this may sound like a crazy question, but you got to be extremely satisfied with what you put together.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
For sure. I love it. This is the best project I ever did.
Why do you say so? What is it a feeling? Is it a growth?
It's a feeling. It's the growth. It's the sound. It's the maturity. You just go back to some of the older records. Like you get some time, I really want you to like if you when you headed where you say Jersey.
We headed to Jersey.
When you got a few hours.
Yeah.
Go listen to a few Toosii older songs and then really cut this project on and bump like let the transitions play.
Go from beginning to end. Go from beginning to end. And that's how I listen.
Growth, real growth, man.
And you know what I do enjoy about it too, because we had started getting into numbers, and by numbers I mean like we started hearing albums with like 25, and I'm like,
yeah.
And I can understand with somebody having like even when you say you had 19, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, but have you noticed too, Toosii, that you're looking at it now, and some people are getting back to the 12s and the 14s.
Because people attention span so short.
Yeah, man.
People attention span so short, so you got to keep it short. So like some of my songs on a project don't even got 2 verses on
it. Right.
And even it's just a one long verse, like one.
But even your total running time, like I see songs, when I see songs that's 2s and 3s, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because people not doing 6s and
no, each song on a project like 2 minutes and some change, but 1,500 they went in and they added to like the ends and the beginnings of some songs, so it might turn it into 3 minutes.
Big dogs, huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You got 1,500 or nothing.
1,500 or nothing. Shout out to Ransom, man.
Now let's talk about this tour, man. Is it you, Rod Wave? Who goes out together?
It's me, Rod Wave, Moneybagg Yo. So it's gonna be me. It's Rod Wave, Moneybagg Yo. Then before Moneybagg Yo, I go, and then it's like Des Dior and Lil Papa.
Hey man, and how many dates y'all got?
We got
is it
36 dates? 36 dates. 36 tour dates, man. I'm on tour till Christmas.
Man, how do you prep yourself for something like that?
Eat better and work out.
Yeah.
Eat better and work out.
Who do we just have in the neighborhood? Mario. Yeah, Mario's like, when you go into tour mode, he pretty much said the same thing. Like you got to really get your headspace right.
Like, I won't lie, you got to lock all the way in.
And people think it's exciting, and it is.
It is.
But you also got to be like, man, am I sleeping right, voice right? And that's a lot of traveling too, bro.
All of those things. It is. It's definitely a lot, but I'm excited for it, man. I get sick like once a year.
Mm-hmm.
I already done went through my little sick phase.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? I'm straight. I was messed up like 3 weeks ago. Feel me? But
you already signed that off.
Immune system already good.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and knock that off. You feel me?
What do you do as a dad?
Man, as far as like seeing my son
when you're on tour,
I bring my son to certain dates.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I bring my son to certain.
Is he one of the little kids that wear the little headphones?
Yeah,
too?
he wear the headphones. I put I put the headphones on him. Sometimes I won't though. Sometimes because now he getting a little older and it's not that loud. That loud.
Right.
If you keep him in the back, it ain't too bad. So yeah, like now he a little older, so he might be on more dates than usual with this tour.
That's got to be crazy though, man, because you remember life without your son
for sure,
and then you realize like, isn't it crazy though? And when you have your little one, even with my kids, man, I'm like, what was I doing before? Because it's so important.
Yeah,
and then you say, you know what? I was preparing for you to get here.
For sure. That's really what it is. And I think, man, now like it's so crazy because it's like all I think of is I gotta get home.
Yeah.
Like I gotta get home. That's all I be thinking about. Like,
hey, dude.
Like, bro, after this, you thinking like, oh, I gotta go take my daughter to Jersey.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, yo, I gotta
my
get to
main thing, and I tell people, by God's grace, I'm gonna make it home.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go home by choice.
For sure.
Because I love going home.
Yeah.
But also, even if there's somebody out on the streets, I'm like, dude, you don't want to really F with me because I have a purpose.
I'm gonna make it.
I'm gonna make it home.
I'm trying to tell you.
You know, and anybody can get got, but
sure.
I will break your dinner plate.
I'm trying to tell you.
If you think I'm not gonna make it to the house.
Man, listen, I tell me and my manager say all the time, like, you play with us if you want to. We're gonna show you who God loves.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
we're
man.
Gonna show you who God
and
loves.
You've been speaking about being chosen a whole lot, bro.
We're gonna show you who God loves.
Yeah, man. So does that take you all the way through the tour? Does it take you all the way through Christmas?
Yeah, yep. I think it take me through Christmas. Yeah, I think we go all the way through Christmas.
And the tour is last lap.
Last lap. He chose a good name with that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's like a like what you mean last lap?
Yeah. It could be scary too,
especially with Rod Wave.
Yeah.
You don't never know what Rod Wave gonna do.
Hey man, and that's another one, bro. I went to his last show. That was out here when he toured out.
Yep.
And such a great performer too. And
sure.
I mean great performer by he didn't have
people,
dancers
he don't gotta
and
do nothing.
Things blowing up behind him.
It's the people.
Yep.
It's
and
the
they
people.
sung every
Everything.
song,
everything.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you get a core of people that love you.
Yeah.
It's a difference, man.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
Sure.
And I know you got that as well, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good tour.
Yeah,
And are y'all coming to Cali?
Yeah, we coming. Man, if you out here, if you around when we come around, like come to the show, bro.
Man.
We'll make
Do
sure
you enjoy tour?
I love tour.
Yeah.
I love tour. That's my favorite part of being an artist.
Besides this, do you like sightseeing?
Yeah,
you like being in other places?
I like seeing other places. Like Phoenix, one of my favorite places.
Phoenix, Arizona?
Yeah, I love Phoenix.
Jesus Christ.
I love Phoenix. I love Nashville. Nashville, one of my favorite places. I like going down to like.
You like that heat in Phoenix too?
Yeah, but
yeah.
It be hot.
Yeah, but you know what?
I don't mind it because I be inside.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. It's different for an artist. You know what I'm saying?
We always wear it's cool at.
Yeah, you jumping off a tour bus.
Yeah, that's why
into
like,
a hotel.
Yo, people be like, yo, like artists be dressing like it's just they don't care about the weather.
Yeah, man.
Bro, you gotta wear always where it's cool at.
Yeah,
like, we don't see
like
no
there's
heat.
even times we leave from here because with the equipment, you know, it get cold in, especially around like 8:30. We'll walk out in hoodies. People are like, wait, what? And I'm like, man,
you don't know where we
dressing
just
for the
came
indoors.
from. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, what about internationally?
Man, listen, I love internationally. I love
Like where?
I love Paris. Like, you know, the Champs Elysees record.
Isn't it crazy? Yeah. So
yeah.
that's when you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love Paris. I love Paris.
Hey,
Oh
but you know, hey, dude, and even with that just showed me. I was like, oh, this dude is international because I was like, Champ Elysees.
For sure.
You know, but I was like, nah, this dude got stamps.
Nah, yeah, bro. I think
Isn't that
like,
crazy how even just getting off the whatever, getting off the front porch
for sure,
in North Carolina or off the porch in Syracuse.
And going all the way out there and seeing them people sing your records word for word and they tearing it down like you hear. Like,
and it's a different kind of love internationally.
In London? Oh my gosh. London was crazy. I could have did 3 shows at the O2.
Oh damn!
I could have did 3 shows back to back. They tried to put 2 dates on my tour for the O2. It was crazy.
Isn't that wild, man? That you can go somewhere and people are waiting, or they just know you.
Yeah, they was waiting on me. It's like, but I was supposed to see. The thing was, I've been doing like this so much. Like I've been doing press and all of these other things so much for like my whole career. Like that's one thing that I say about Arnold Taylor. Like when it come to like radio and like really getting us out there, he always made sure I did that.
Gotcha.
I think that really pushed me like outside like USX like or whatever they call it and XUS or something like that, whatever it's called.
Well, shit, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
I'm just cool with pushing me outside.
Yeah, like, but if you feel me, like put me out there, and I think over there, bro, it just built so big. I was been supposed to go to London. That by the time I came, it was like, I think they ready for me right now.
Yeah,
you know
and you know what's crazy about that, man, is when you crack international and you go over there and you give them something, they stay with you.
I want to go live in London for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I will go live in London for a couple months.
Hey man, it's crazy because even when you say you took the 7-month sit down, and not a 7-month sit down, but you started to rearrange things for like 7 months. Do you think that you would have done that if you didn't have your son? You know how sometimes there's different priorities too, and it's like, you know,
if I didn't have my son, do I think I would have?
Because we get so used to go get it. That your kids also, they kind of ground you.
Yeah.
Where you know, you do these risks, but they're calculated risks.
Yeah.
You say yes, but you're starting to say yes to different, different things at a different time.
Yeah. So if it wasn't for my son, would I have did certain things?
Yeah. Even with the sit down, because not only are you sitting down with the music or away from the business, but it gives you a little time that you probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, if it wasn't for my son, I wouldn't have sitting down for 7 months was out of
That's the same thing with the pandemic. The pandemic made everybody like, oh, we all sitting down. So it made you think
more. Yeah. Like I won't lie, like during the pandemic, that definitely like showed me who people truly was.
Yeah, man.
Because all you had was time to think and be yourself. You know.
Yeah.
So
and it showed you just too how you had to go and you had to pivot. Everybody had to pivot.
Yeah.
If you didn't have it, because everybody was shut down, it was like no real shows.
You couldn't do nothing.
So you had to pivot. Like, okay, what am I going to do? Because we didn't know how long it was going to last.
Right. Yeah.
What am I going to do to make this money?
Yep.
What am I going to do to make this music?
It seemed like more money was coming too around that time.
Man. Yeah. Hey, dude, people lost their minds.
Yeah.
Once the pandemic kind of eased up a little bit on what they were charging.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
I was like, man, we went in and you was charging this. Yeah. You came out. I'm like, damn, you trying to get it all back.
Trying to get it all back.
Yeah, man. But that shit's starting to level out too.
Nah, facts.
Because also, man, these tours are looking a little different too,
shaky.
Man.
They looking shaky. A lot of people not selling. Like, it's rough.
You notice it, huh?
Yeah, man, I see it. One thing about when it comes to them numbers, I'm that guy. I pay attention to everything.
Yeah, man.
I know what's going on with the business. They can't fake to me.
And then you'll look at it too, even with album sales, right?
Yep, album sales.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you could look at an album sale.
Yep.
And I'm like, but that doesn't take away from the quality.
Yeah, I'm glad you're speaking on that topic because like a lot of people don't know how difficult it is in today's time.
Yeah, man.
Like it take like either like 1,500 or 2,500 streams just to make one sale for an album. Like it's not like oh just one stream is an album sale. No, like you got to get like 2,500 of these just to make one. So it's harder and people are, because of streaming, people are no longer purchasing like that.
Yeah.
So you gotta and they're not letting us do what we used to do. Like you can't use tour tickets to sell your album.
Right.
Like if you could tie in tour tickets with album sales, like how you used to be able to do,
they killed that real quick.
Oh my gosh, because people was doing ridiculous numbers.
Yeah.
They was doing. That's when like you start seeing people getting back into like almost the millions and stuff like that. Like people was doing like 500,000 sales first week.
Yeah, man.
600,000 and all of that. Like it was getting crazy. So I think they took that away. Then outside of taking that away, you couldn't do album sales and you can't do merchandise.
Yeah.
Your merchandise don't count towards your
T-shirt, album. And
they said, hey, the only way that you're gonna be able to do this is a CD, which they know nobody rides around with a CD player.
Yeah, who got a CD player in their car?
CDs and vinyls.
Yeah.
Why is that the only thing that count? Like that don't make.
That's very
so it's like you see these people.
That's dinosaur stuff.
You feel me? So it's like people don't know. Like the average fan don't know that they made it harder for us to be able to sell these records. It's not like.
And that's why I hear certain albums. They only did this, and I'm like, in this climate, that's good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was talking with somebody.
20K is great.
Yep, I was talking
to
somebody that just hit under 20K, and they're like, oh, he had this person. And I was like, but you know what, though? That 18, 20,000 that they got is concentrated.
Yeah.
And what they can do from that. Because sometimes you almost got to get that shit away for free now.
Facts. Yeah, you got to give it away for less.
Just to go get it.
Bro, it's a lot of, that's what people don't, it's a lot of propaganda with it, too, bro. Like, and it's what's needed though, because I don't mind the propaganda, like when it comes to the sales aspect.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I don't is because I know how hard they try to make it for us to actually sell.
Right.
So, and they don't understand that we live in a world where image matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
man. We look at it.
That's the only reason I don't mind that aspect of it. When people like do whatever they do for themselves, like I don't know, I don't mind that aspect of it.
Bill, man, it was a pleasure seeing you in the neighborhood, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Jaded is a new project, bro. Can't wait to see you guys out on tour.
Yes, sir.
And just you as a person, man. I like
Most
your
definitely.
character.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, real talk, man. And whenever
appreciate
you get a chance, come back to the neighborhood and see
for
us,
sure.
bro.
Let's do it. Let's
Believe
do it.
that, Toosii. I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Toosii in the neighborhood, Big Boy's neighborhood.